Everyone, welcome to this video series titled The Path to Teaching, My Experience and Tips. My name is Mr. Tam, and in part one, we'll be looking at how to become a teacher, specifically in Ontario. So a bit about myself, I am an OCT certified math and science teacher, and OCT stands for Ontario Certified Teacher, which is a designation given by the Ontario College of Teachers to individuals who have met the necessary qualifications to teach in Ontario publicly funded schools. The Ontario College of Teachers is the governing body for Ontario teachers, and they provide you with the OCT certificate that is required for you to teach in publicly funded schools in Ontario. I completed my teacher education at Queen's University in concurrent education. And concurrent education means that I completed my teacher education in 5 years concurrently with my undergrad. I received both my Bachelor of Science and my Bachelor of Education during those 5 years. However, since the time that I graduated from concurrent education, many of the programs in Ontario have moved to 6-year programs. However, there's still many benefits of being in the concurrent program. The major benefit is that you do not have to reapply again for Teachers College after you have completed your undergrad. Rather, you are already in the program to start. Another benefit that is provided to being the concurrent education program is you start your teacher education training very early, which means you can really see if the profession of teaching is really for you or if you want to go into another profession as well. After I went to Queen's, I also completed a Master's of Education in Higher Education at the University of Toronto. Again, this was additional to my teacher education, but it was an additional specialization that I wanted to get as well. And currently, I'm working as a high school math and science teacher in Ontario, and I've had experiences in both the private and the public sector, which we'll look at a bit more later on. So let's look at the steps of how to become a teacher in Ontario. So to start, you must have completed a minimum 3-year post-secondary degree from an acceptable post-secondary institution. And I've indicated a graphic here that shows the different post-secondary institutions in Ontario. There's plenty of post-secondary institutions that are also in other parts of Canada. However, if you do come from an international school, then there's additional processes you have to go through the OCT to be able to obtain your certificate. However, if you completed a post-secondary degree from either Ontario or other provinces or territories in Canada, then it should be quite easy to start the process of becoming a certified teacher. Second, you must have successfully completed a 4-semester teaching education program. And I've listed all the different teaching programs in Ontario. So Brock, Lakehead, Laurentian, Niagara, Nipissing, Oise or U of T, Redeemer, Trent, Tyndale, UOIT or University of Ontario Institute of Technology, U Ottawa, Western, the French University, University of Windsor, Wilfrid Laurier, York, and then my alma mater, Queen's University. So once you have completed your undergrad, you must have also completed a 4-semester teaching education program to be able to qualify for the Ontario Teaching Certificate. So once you have done that, you've completed a minimum 3-year post-secondary degree from an acceptable post-secondary institution. You must have successfully completed a 4-semester teaching program, and then you can finally apply for certification and pay the annual membership and registration fees. So that begs the question, what things should you consider when you're choosing or applying to a teacher's college program? So I've listed three things that I think are important when I look back at teacher's college. The first thing is location. The reason that I indicate that location is important when picking a teacher's college is really because of the placements and the connections that you'll make. When you are going into placement, the location that you choose will really determine the relationships and the opportunities that you'll eventually get after you graduate teacher's college. For example, if you're planning to teach in Toronto and you're able to get the placements in Toronto, then you'll start developing connections around the board. Although that's not necessarily the case with other areas, you are still able to make these connections, and sometimes schools will even allow you to do placements that are outside of their specific area. So, for example, when I was at Queen's, I was able to do my placements and my practicums in Toronto. And so I developed good relationships there and were able to get references once I applied for jobs as well. The second would be placement opportunities. So you want to make sure to do your research in terms of different placement opportunities that are provided from the school. I know that at Queen's, I had a lot of opportunities to be in practicums at different spots, and I even had opportunities to do alternative placements in different educational settings. And that was a really good opportunity for me and allowed me to really see if I wanted to make teaching a profession or not. And then third, what's important when you look at your teacher's college is if it offers the pathway you're looking for. And what do I mean when I'm talking about pathway? Okay, here again, what are the different pathways you can take and what are the requirements that are needed so that you can become a teacher in these specific fields? So to start, what we call PJ or primary junior, you're able to teach from kindergarten to grade 6. So Ontario teachers are initially certified with basic teaching qualification in two of three consecutive divisions. So we have primary junior, again, you can teach kindergarten to grade 6. And for these requirements, you only need to have an undergraduate degree and then go into teachers college. Generally, for teachers college, after the first year, you will declare again what type of pathway you want to go into. The second is the junior intermediate, which spans a larger section of from grade 4 to grade 10. And so here, junior intermediate teachers can teach grades 7 to 10 as well and are certified in single subject taught in these grades. That means when you took an undergrad, you may have taken courses in a specific subject, and that subject you're able to teach. For example, I knew one of my colleagues, they were able to teach grade 9 and 10 science because they did an undergraduate degree in biology. And finally, the one that I am currently in, which is intermediate senior. So I'm qualified to teach from grade 7 to grade 12. And so teachers qualified to teach the intermediate and senior divisions require two subject specialties. And these are what we usually call teachables. So there's usually the first teachable and the second teachable. For a teachable subject, for my first teachable, I had biology, and I had to take 6 full-year or equivalent university courses that related to biology. So I've taken different courses in undergrad, and those would have gone both to my degree in my Bachelor of Science, but then when I got to Teachers College, those also applied to my first teachable subject. And then you'll have a second teachable subject, and my second teachable subject was chemistry, and there you need 3 full-year or equivalent university courses. However, because I'm able to teach grade 7 to grade 12, with my two teachable subjects, I was also able to teach both grade 9 and grade 10 science because those are more general courses. And the more specific courses would usually be the senior courses, such as biology and chemistry.